Greetings to all of you dear students. Today we will solve an important problem in case of liquidation. Ramu Limited went into voluntary liquidation on 31st March 2019 when their liabilities and assets were as follows. Issued and subscribed capital, we have 10% cumulative preference shares of rupees 100 each fully paid, 5,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each 75 paid, 15,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each 60 paid, 15% debenture, then we have interest on debenture, then we have creditors. Asset side we have land and building, plant and machine, patent, stock, debtor, cash at bank. Preference dividend were in arrears for 2 years, and the creditors include preferential creditors 76,000. The assets realized as follows. We have land and building 6 lakh, plant and machine 10 lakh, patent 1 lakh 60,000, stock 3 lakh, debtors 4 lakh. The expenses of liquidation amounted to rupees 54,500. The liquidator is entitled to a commission of 3% on assets realized. Assuming final payments including debenture is made on 30th September 19, prepare liquidator's final statement of accounts. Ramu Limited went into voluntary liquidation on 31st March 19 when their liabilities and assets were as follows. So we have 10% cumulative preference shares of rupees 100 each fully paid. So we have a cumulative preference share rupees 10 lakh. Then we have 5,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each 75 paid, 3 lakh 75,000. The other class of equity share is 15,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each 60 paid, we have 9 lakh. So students, we have two class of equity share, two types of equity share. One equity share is 75 rupee paid and another equity share is 60 rupee paid. Both are partly paid equity share. So one equity share is 5,000 equity share rupees 75 paid. Another equity share is 15,000 equity share 60 rupee paid. So please keep this in the mind. You may have to remember this back when we try to solve the problem. So one equity share is 75 paid, another equity share is 60 rupee paid. Followed by, we have 15% debenture 5 lakh. Then we have existing outstanding debenture baki 75,000. Then we have creditor 6,37,500. Asset side we have various assets like land and building, plant and machine, patent, stock, debtor, bank. Preference dividend were in arrears for 2 years. The question says that the dividends are in baki for 2 years. How will you calculate the dividend? The dividend is calculated like this. The cumulative preference share is 10 lakh into 10%. So we have 10 lakh into 10% into 2 years. The answer is 2 lakh. So dividend baki bandu 2 laksha. Creditors include preferential creditors 76,000. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ question ನೋಡಿ, ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟರ್ ಬಂದು 6,37,500. So out of 6,37,500, 76,000 is preferential creditors. So 6,37,500 minus preferential creditors 76,000. Then remaining 5,61,500 will be treated as unsecured creditors. Next, the assets realized as follows. Land and building realized 6 lakh, plant and machine realized 10 lakh, patent 1 lakh 50, stock 3 lakh, debtor 4 lakh. The expenses of liquidation amounted to 54,500. So this is called liquidation expenses. the liquidator is entitled to a commission of 3% on assets realized. So ವೇತನ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡೇಟರ್ಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಮಾರಾಟದ ಮೇಲೆ 3%. So remuneration to liquidator is only on one basis, that's on asset realized 3%. Assuming the final payments including debenture is made on 30th September 2019. So carefully look at the date. The final payments are made on 30th September 19. So this is called the date of payment. Look at the top. The date of liquidation is 31st March 19. So liquidation is in March, whereas the payment is made in September. So there is a delay in the payment of amount to the extent of 6 months. So additional interest of 6 months has to be paid on debenture. 6 ತಿಂಗಳು ತಡವಾಗಿ ಪಾವತಿ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 6 ತಿಂಗಳು ಡಿಬೆಂಚರ್ ಬಡ್ಡಿನ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. Prepare liquidator final statement of accounts. So receipt side we have cash 1,50,000. Then various assets realized: land and building 6 lakh, plant and machine 10 lakh, patent 1,50,000, stock 3 lakh, debtor 4 lakh. Total you get 24,50,000 is the total assets realized. And then we have in the payment side we have secured creditors nil. Then we have to take liquidation expenses given in the question. Then liquidator remuneration is 24,50,000 into 3%, you get 73,500. So ವೇತನ ಒಂದೇ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So we need to calculate remuneration only on one basis, 73,500. Then we have debentures given in the question 5 lakh. Then we have old debenture interest, that's called existing debenture interest 75,000, plus delay in the payment of amount 6 months. 6 ತಿಂಗಳು ತಡವಾಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಡಿಬೆಂಚರ್ ಬಡ್ಡಿ 6 ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 5 lakh into 15% into 6/12 you get 37,500. So new interest 37,500, old interest 75,000, total amount you get 1,12,500. Then we take preferential creditors given in the adjustment. Then we take unsecured creditors, the balancing amount unsecured creditors we need to take in the question. Then we have preferential share capital 10 lakh given in the balance sheet. Then preference dividend are in arrears for 2 years, 10 lakh into 10% into 2 years. So preference dividend 2 ವರ್ಷ ಬಾಕಿ, ಅದು ಪ್ರಕಾರ you get 2 lakhs. So now let us find out how much amount is left over. So ಈ ರಿಸಿಪ್ಟ್ ಕಡೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಕಾಲ್ ಮನಿ, ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಡೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಂತು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮುಂದಿನ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಉಳಿದಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನೋಡೋಣ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಔಟ್ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಟು ಪೇ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಪಾವತಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಣ ಉಳಿದಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. Now take your calculator, go to receipt side, total cash 1,50,000, okay, plus we have all assets realized 24,50,000. So 1,50,000 cash plus all assets realized we get 24,50,000. Total you get 26 lakh minus ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾವತಿನ minus ಮಾಡಿ deduct all the payments minus liquidation expenses 54,500 minus liquidator remuneration 73,500 minus debenture 5 lakh minus debenture interest you need to minus minus preferential creditors 76,000 minus unsecured creditors 5,61,500 minus preference share capital 10 lakh minus preference dividend 2 lakh. So you have cash 22 lakh thousand. I repeat students, you have a cash 22,000. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋಂಥ ಹಣ ಕೇವಲ 22,000 ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬಿಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. To whom to pay and whom not to pay, we need to make a detailed discussion. Because one equity share is 75 rupee paid and another equity share is 60 rupee paid. ಹೇಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಯನ ಒದಗಿಸಬೇಕು. You need to justify both class of equity share. Both 65 rupee equity share, 60 rupee equity share and 75 rupee equity share. So from this statement you have come to know that you have only 22,000 rupee left. ಬರೀ 22,000 ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿದಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಾಲ್ ಮನಿ 39,750 ಮತ್ತೆ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು 61,750 ಹೇಗೆ ಬಂತು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮುಂದಿನ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದೇನು ಆರೆಂಜ್ ಕಲರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಲೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಫೈನಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಇದು ಹೇಗೆ ಬಂತು 61,750 39,750 ಹೇಗೆ ಬಂತು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮುಂದಿನ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸಿ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 1,50,000, assets realized 24,50,000, total cash in hand is 26 lakh, minus liquidation expenses 54,500, minus liquidator remuneration 73,500, minus debenture 5 lakh, minus debenture interest 1,12,500, minus preferential creditor 76,000, minus remaining unsecured creditor 5,61,500, minus preference capital 10 lakh, minus preference dividend you get 2 lakhs. ಇದು ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋಂತ ಹಣ you have only 22,000. That much cash is available. Now to whom to pay and whom not to pay, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬಾರದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇವಾಗ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, let us calculate loss per share. ಒಟ್ಟು ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಣ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಹಣ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. 75 ರೂಪಿ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 60 rupees ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಹಣ ಇಲ್ಲ. We don't have enough money to pay full 75 rupee and full 60 rupee. So let us calculate what's the loss per share. The total equity capital to be refunded, ಒಟ್ಟು ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಬಂಡವಾಳ ಹಿಂತಿರುಗಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು 12,75,000. How? We have 5,000 equity shares of rupees 75 each, 3,75,000 given in balance sheet. 15,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, 60 paid, you get 9 lakh. So totally you need to repay 12,75,000 to the equity share. Where you have to pay 12,75,000, you have just 22,000 cash left. 12,75,000 ಕೊಡೋ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇರೋದು ಕೇವಲ 22,000 ಮಾತ್ರ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹಣ ಇದೆ. So 12,75,000 you have to pay, minus you are going to pay only 22,000. Only that much is left. Then total loss to the entire equity shareholder is 12,53,000. ಒಟ್ಟು ನಷ್ಟ ಇಬ್ರು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ಗೂ ಇಬ್ರಿಗೂ ಆಗಿರೋ ನಷ್ಟ ಬಂದು 12,53,000 ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ 20,000 ಶೇರ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಬೈ 20,000 ಶೇರ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ 5,000 ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ 15,000 ಈಕ್ವಿಟಿ ಶೇರ್. ಅದು ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಗೋ ಅಂತ ಲಾಸ್ 62 ರೂಪಿ 65 ಪೈಸಾ. ಸಮವಾದ ನಷ್ಟ ಇಬ್ರಿಗೂ 62 ರೂಪಿ 65 ಪೈಸಾ. Equal loss to both type of equity share is 62 ರೂಪಿ 65 ಪೈಸಾ. ಇವಾಗ ಇದು ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನೋಡಿ. Now how you are going to look? 75 rupee paid. The loss is 62 rupee 50 paisa. So total payable is 75 rupee minus loss which you can't repay. Idanna kodlak agalla. Minus 62 rupee 65 paisa. ಅದು ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಿಂತಿರುಗಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ಹಣ 12 rupee 35 paisa. Total equity paid up capital is 75 rupee minus loss 62 rupees 65 paisa. Remaining you have to pay back 12 rupee 35 paisa. So 12 rupee 35 paisa into 5,000, you need to repay 61,750. ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡೋದು? 60 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋರಿಗೆ ನಷ್ಟ ಬಂದು 62 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 65 ಪೈಸಾ. ಆವಾಗ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ನಾವು ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು 2 rupee 65 paisa. 60 rupee paid up. The loss is 62 rupee 65 paisa. So we need to make a collection of 2 rupee 65 paisa into 15,000 rupee. You need to make a collection of 39,750. So thereby the liquidation final statement of accounts gets tallied. Thank you.